Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. Today we are reviewing J. Edgar with Leonardo.
Hello,
Ooh, I echoed. I hope I didn't echo on the audio capture.
Echo DiCaprio.
But yes, and we can go ahead and give our rating. I didn't think it would be so soon. It in the same year. I thought it would be like at least a year before we found another.
Yeah, yeah. And
Uh,
with its new rating, because I guess we have to go back on one thing too.
yeah. Oh yeah. We will have to establish. I want to. I think after the next episode of Loose Butthole Review, we should conclude this series and start fresh and reestablish. We have the established rating system now and everything, and it feels like
Hmm.
Loose Butthole Review. That's what it was. It was us coming into our reviewing process, and I think we've
Hmm.
done it quite well.
Yeah.
So I think
Um.
it'd be nice to conclude the journey to start fresh on the established factor that we have now.
Yeah. 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 So I guess for posterity's sake, this is our first. This is our first God tier.
No, this is our gonna be. We're still gonna keep everything. The Jeff Goldblums and Loose Butthole reviews are still gonna be our first
Okay.
established Jeff Goldblums and because of course it was the journey. It's how you got to our rating system and is the Loose Butthole reviews.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, this is our second God tier. This is a 6 out of 6 across the board.
Hell yeah.
This and it was I was kind of upset when you said 5. I was so heartbroken. I was like,
Well, it's
"Oh
because
no."
I was torn because I was like, well, yeah, this definitely is agreeable that we think this is a really like flawless, like I'd say almost flawless film.
It's not
There's
flawless, but for it executes
iconic film.
it's iconic and it executes its message perfectly.
Yeah, yes, definitely. It portrays things pretty well, and I have to say props to Clint Eastwood of not like having a overtly like like biased kind of narrative going. Like this was a super unbiased like look at it too. I appreciated
Yeah, he
nothing down our throat. It was just honestly showing how what those people thought and like what how it wasn't even like showing it was just like showing this is the like this is his paranoia and these are the like the consequences. Sometimes they're good, sometimes he takes out a lot of like there's a lot of horrible, terrorist communist people. They existed. Those bombings were real.
yeah, I mean, he did do J. Edgar
That fear
wasn't
came from somewhere.
he wasn't he wasn't always a monster. He became a monster, and that was because he was forced to be someone that he wasn't. Let's face it, he was desperately. This film tackles it the best. He was desperately trying to prove he wasn't gay. That was
Oh yeah,
his.
definitely.
That that and his mom dying was the release, but also like the cracking point of it all. And I'm glad they made that the climax of the movie. That was great.
Yeah, that was.
Like I know you're probably a little upset they didn't address the panties, but they had them in a
That
dress. Damn it.
no, that wasn't even part of any of my nitpicks. I actually gave it a pass for that. I mean, they portrayed that. I felt like it was like what they showed was the cross dressing. That was the important thing. And it
Nice.
showed
Okay,
like it was
good.
kind of like a start to that. It almost seemed like it was a beginning. That was kind of the breaking point time to explore. You know.
Yeah, and that's probably what actually happened too. That I would not put it behind it if that moment actually happened for J. Edgar.
Yeah, yeah. But
Mr. Hoover.
Mr. Hoover.
Oh man, that Kennedy. I don't know. I know you had problems with it, but that was Robert Kennedy, dude.
It was Well, I thought he was talking to JFK because they were talking about Robert Kennedy.
No, no, that was Robert Kennedy, and they were talking about JFK. They have his name on a plaque and everything on his desk.
Okay, I
Yeah.
guess I get confused because I thought, okay,
No, no,
gotcha. That makes more sense.
because he's
Okay,
the
gotcha.
they he didn't get caught with Marilyn first. It was John that got caught first.
Yeah, but that's not what they were talking about. They were talking about something
Yeah,
like
no,
someone else that they were fucking.
they were
I thought,
talking. They fucking he was calling Marilyn a commie, dude.
okay.
Because that was his
Uh,
number one insult. That was like an insult for J. Edgar was to call you a commie.
so to be
Basically,
fair, there was
that
a
was his way
couple
of calling you
affairs.
filthy. That was
Yeah,
his safe way of calling you filthy because filthy and commie were the same thing to him.
or anything that he saw, yeah, as un-American
Yeah.
in his definition, which he also fit under.
But he that's what he was that's why he desperately was cracking because he was proving that he wasn't, damn it.
Yep.
Even though he was.
But I wasn't even mainly him. It was it's the Nixon that I like shot me out of it for a second. I'm like, damn.
I I I agree with you, but it's so short that I can give it such a pass.
That's why I didn't. It didn't take any points off technically. So it just
Yeah.
like,
I could understand. I would agree with you if we had to deal with that Nixon for like
mhm.
30 minutes, that would have been fucking annoying, but that at least we didn't get that.
I would have. It's like, yeah, when it's bad when like the cartoonishly like over the top Futurama floating head of Richard Nixon is better.
Well, we had more time with that Nixon, so that Nixon had more time to be Nixon actually.
But the problem is like I didn't at least like when you hear that one talk you know it's someone doing a Nix like at least doing a Nixon impression. But I know like his voice was a bit more subtle. But this guy like I don't know, it just like it sounded like he turned it on and off for a second. And it was like I didn't even know like for a second until they're really calling him Nixon that was Nixon. I was about to say like, oh, they're in Nixon's office. Where's Nixon? Who's this guy?
Yeah, I fully agree with that. I'm not gonna lie that the Nixon's not great, but it's it's not even a 30-second scene.
Yeah, that's why it didn't take any points. Is it would have taken a point if we did have more time
Yeah,
with that Nixon.
yeah, I would have agreed with you on that. That it would have taken a point away. It would have
Yeah, still five, still 6 out of 6. You know,
6 out of 5.
bleh.
That's what
Whatever
makes
the
it god tier because
God
it's
tier,
above.
whatever
It's
God
god
tier,
tier.
God tier, God tier, God tier. Just calling it God tier. I don't like all these names.
Well,
But
that's what I'm not gonna put god tier. I just don't like that on this on the rating card. I just think that's tacky. So I'm just gonna put 6 out of 5 instead.
mhm, God tier. But what else do we want to go into this?
They tackled a little. They addressed the fact that his FBI partner was basically kind of forced into a relationship with him after a while.
So it did make it seem more subtle than it was from what you were saying.
Yes, they did kind of fucking downplayed a little bit because Clyde was eventually they did of course in the beginning. J. Edgar has an office. He has like 3 offices, and one's accessed by getting through the other two, and there's no exit out that other office. That office had like a bed in it and everything, and it was
Hmm.
so his lover could literally just basically live in the office, and so
Yeah.
anytime he got horny or anything or just wanted attention from him, he could just go in there, like lock all the doors, go in there and do his thing.
Oh,
and
yep.
it
Time to do the cavity search training.
and it got to the point where the dude had to stay in that office for weeks at a time, if I'm not mistaken.
Damn.
Yeah, he just would not. He even while he's doing with the first writer, but he tries to leave the off. He opens the office a little bit and goes, Edgar, remember you have that appointment. And Edgar's gets all flustered and he okay, whatever,
Yeah,
Clyde.
yeah.
Basically slams the door shut,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then he replaces that writer just for the simple fact he doesn't want anybody to know Clyde exists. Basically, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's it's I think the only reason why we know Clyde ever existed is because of the fucking stroke he had. If he didn't have that stroke and lived on past J. Edgar Hoover, I think J. Edgar Hoover would have wiped Clyde off the planet just to keep his gayness hidden, because he was the definition of a closeted gay dude. I mean, his whole his whole rhetoric was, this is my theory, this is just my theory. His whole rhetoric was, I have to prove I'm not gay, any
I
means
gotcha.
necessary.
And especially it's like to society, but more importantly to mom.
Oh yeah, mom was a major. They downplay the scene, which
Hmm.
I know why they do. It would be because it would be a very triggering scene if she'd said what she actually said. It wasn't Daffy. The nickname's not Daffy in real life.
Hmm.
Uh, do you think it's okay for me to say at least the nickname, or should I just let people insinuate?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've might have said that word before.
Okay,
It's
yeah, the
faggy.
nickname was Faggy.
I know we're
Uh,
pretty gay
yeah, and, and
at this
she
point.
and she did not say, I do not want to have a daffodil. You know what? She said, you know what? Daffy is short for. It's short for daffodil. I don't want to have a.
Mm,
I rather have a dead son than a daffodil for a son. Is what she said in the movie. That
mm.
light quote. That's not word for word. But in real life, she said, I don't want to for
I
a
don't want a
son.
faggot person. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want a faggot for a son. I'd rather have a dead son.
So though that scene is pretty comedic if you actually word for word have that scene, but just replace it with what was actually said, because then it is an old woman like kind of like stupidly explaining what faggy was short for. It's
I,
like
I
I
don't
could put
think
that
that
together,
actually.
mom.
I don't think that part. I don't think I don't think in real life she
Yeah, I
said,
don't
you
think
know
so.
what
Yeah,
faggy is short for? Like,
yeah,
come
no,
on now.
but what I'm saying is it would have made that scene better. If
They they had to explain it in the movie because you're like, Daffy. That to be honest, that could have just been the kid's name back then for all I knew, because
or like short
that
for like, because I mean Daffy Duck was a thing,
yeah
so.
that so like that was just like an old frontier name. So that
I'm thinking of that old lady like watching like Looney Tunes, and then just like always rooting for Elmer Fudd when he's like against Daffy, because he's like, yeah, get that get that queer duck.
that would be weird if we discovered the fucking weird ass allegory that's there.
It'd be funny, if like Daffy, like what you mean, like Daffy Duck's origin, if like why he's called Daffy is because he's a gay duck.
Because it's short for daffodil and daffodil's code.
Yeah, because still for like pansy or any
Yeah.
flower. If anyone, if any grunty dude's calling you like a flower of any sort, then you're having trouble.
Yeah. When most likely they're a flower themselves.
Yeah, that's why they noticed you, because you piqued their interest and that made them angry.
Confused
Like
rage.
like J. Edgar Hoover, get the Hoover rage.
Yeah, confused rage is hell of a drug.
Hmm. They'll start a whole war against against what they see as communism. Like I
Oh
can't even
man,
say war against communism because it was like a lot of the people weren't even communists.
yeah, that's the only thing I wish we could have saw J. Edgar Hoover in an environment where he didn't have to hide who he was. I wonder what kind of FBI G man he would have been. Or if he would have even been an FBI G. For all we know, he could have been fucking. Oh, you know what? I would hope that he would have been a drag performer, to be honest.
Ah,
That,
yes.
that
He,
would be the
he would have to
best.
have, it would have to, not only would society have to be accepting, his mother would have to be accepting as well.
Yeah, that's ultimately what if his mom just did not care,
But his
but
mom doesn't want him to be gay because, from at least from what I've gotten from this film, seems like his mom gonna want to fuck him.
uh, yeah,
She
there's
seemed a little. She
definitely
was
an
like one of
Oedipus
those,
complex there with the mom.
yeah,
Definitely.
reverse Oedipus, and like that's
Defin
why he's gay. Like that's like if your kid is like if you don't turn if your kid doesn't
To be
fall for the
honest,
Oedipus
they
complex,
don't
then they're gonna turn gay.
they don't tackle it, but it I know this doesn't correlate with everybody, but it might have affected him at a young age. His mom might have sexually abused him as a child, and that just kind of like anytime a woman would try to that's probably why he got uncomfortable. It probably wasn't. I'm not saying that
What
that's why he's gay. He's probably bisexual, but because he was sexually abused by his mom as a child, anytime a female would try to be sexually interested, because in the
did
movie
he
they
have any
do.
kids?
I don't think
If he
so.
did have any kids, I don't even think he's bisexual. What I think is like I feel like you're almost halfway. I theorize that his mom may have lightly abused him. Maybe just like too long of hugs, maybe too central of hugs, maybe too many kisses on the lips, that type of thing. You know, they
Uh,
I don't maybe
Probably.
she wanted to cross the line, but like it was always kind of like
I wouldn't be
there's a lot of those types of
surprised.
parents that
I
just
I
like they
wouldn't be
don't quite cross
surprised.
the line.
I She might have washed the the genital area a bit too long as
Yeah, they
well.
like definitely
Bring
like
that in.
insisted on bathings, you know, if she was like one of those ones, yeah. Especially like way too old after.
I don't believe he had any kids.
Yeah, that's why I'm because and I think he was always looking for just like because he'd just like instantly grab any woman who was like organized because he'd just be like, I want a strong woman that's like my mom, but I don't think it was in a sexual interest. I think he was just like it was all for image because he saw his
Yeah, but
mom as like a powerful, you know, woman. She's the one that made him the man he is. But I
yeah,
don't. I
I
think
completely agree with that.
I wouldn't be surprised if like there was if he was pushed away from like maybe even if he had bisexual tendencies, but then got pushed to gayer ones deeply because of like he loves his mom, but he doesn't like that part of it. You
Yeah,
know.
definitely. Because they even show it in the movie, anytime a female would try to get close to him, he would get super uncomfortable. I mean, he'd get so uncomfortable that
Yeah, because I
to the
feel like
point where he would leave.
if he did have the Oedipus, if he did have a successful Oedipus complex, I feel like he'd be going over after like a lot of older women.
Yeah, but no,
You know.
he went after more his age.
Mhm.
Just the ones that he felt were stern and loyal,
Luck,
basically.
lucked out. See, that's where Gay saved him from incest.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh man. Edgar,
Checkmate,
if he had
anti-gay
it,
conservatives.
An Oedipus Hoover would been fucking a nightmare, dude.
Oh shit, yeah, he'd be like a fucking like
He would
he'd be
have,
like Caesar-esque,
yeah,
like a
he
monster.
would have found a way to get the head of the FBI to become president after a certain number of people died, and those certain number of people would have ended up dead.
we the fact yeah, there's like J. Edgar Hoover was a monster, but he was definitely we were saved by him being gay. He was softened.
Yeah, it definitely softened him. All right. Uh, is there anything else we want to get into? Is there any performances that you didn't like in this movie?
I thought they were really good. I think the mom was very strong, a very crazy, controlling mom, portrayed very well. Um, I I'm trying. I can't really remember some of the other ones. It was mainly like Clyde, and
I forgot
Clyde
her
and
name. I
Hoover.
think her name was Helen. The the
Was that the
the
beard?
the loyal secretary that destroyed all the fucking she destroyed the personal files, man.
Hmm.
I'm so
I know he
upset
tried to
about
make her a
that.
beard at first, but
A
didn't he
what?
end up a beard?
Oh yeah, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, but I guess did he even ever marry? Did he
No,
get married?
I don't think he ever married or nothing.
Okay, yeah. For
No,
some reason, I always thought he got.
Clyde Tolson was his lover from start to finish.
Yeah,
Uh,
I never
and
knew if he like had
now
like a fake thing going, like beard relationship, like we
I
don't
will
do anything.
I will have to bring this up. Clyde Tolson did willingly enter the relationship. It's just when he actually tried to leave it, that's when it became a very predatorial, very abusive relationship because J. Edgar was like, well, if you leave, that's your life gone, dude. I'm gonna fucking
Hmm.
end you, bruh. Like, I got all your shit on file.
Hmm.
Basically saying I'll out myself just to out you. Like,
Hmm.
don't think
Yeah.
I won't take us both down because I fucking will. Is basically how he had to threaten Clyde Tolson because Clyde Tolson would have been like, I if you got fucking shit on me, I got shit on you. We literally spend every waking second together.
Yeah.
Like to the point where going to the races was probably they didn't even probably fucking go to the horse races after a while. They probably just went down to Florida to get a goddamn hotel room to fuck for a while. Like
Hmm.
that's probably
Though I
what.
wouldn't be surprised if how Hoover paranoid he is, like he at least went to the races like for at least a couple hours, just like to be like, "Yep, I'm here," so the cameras
Yeah,
see me.
you got a picture going. Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe they even like had the car pull up and had one of the FBI G men take a picture of the car
Yeah,
like parked
yeah.
out and then they just sped out, didn't even go to
I
the
wouldn't be
races.
surprised. He was insanely paranoid.
Like I and for good reason.
Hmm.
He had so many fucking enemies because he made them, but
Yeah, if I was around and I saw Edgar Hoover sitting around like at a racetrack and now he had a gun,
I want to go to that extent cuz because I know what it well, I guess back in the day I wouldn't have known. I would probably just been like a bastard and I would have probably
Anarchy,
shot him. But today
anarchy.
I know why he was the monster he was. And there
Mhm,
it's because he didn't have a fucking chance. He just didn't have a chance, man. I hate that.
mhm,
And that's why this is a god tier for me is J. Edgar Hoover's a monster, but god
mhm.
does this movie make you feel sympathetic for him.
It does.
Leonardo DiCaprio just fucking nails every
Mhm.
scene. The climax when he's putting on his mom's dress is fucking amazing, dude. Like I got emotional during that scene, dude.
Yeah.
Uh but yeah, is there anything else we can talk about?
Hmm.
I
I
think we
mean,
covered it.
definitely goes watch it. It's on HBO Max.
Yes, it's on HBO Max. Definitely go watch it. Definitely a must watch. To be honest, I even if it wasn't on HBO Max, this is something I would recommend just go throw some money to this still, you know? I it deserves it still. It deserves the support. It what,
You
two
know what?
ninety
I'd
nine
say
to rent?
yeah, and if you want to do a little movie marathon or like a little dual flick, I'd say watch this first and then watch the Chaplin one.
Yeah, cuz this one doesn't that's the one thing I guess that's one negative you could say. They don't bring up Chaplin much, but J. Edgar Hoover had so many fucking enemies that I'm
Yeah.
not surprised that a shit ton of them just got glossed over.
Hmm. any anyone who's just like, you know, total capitalism unchecked is kind of rough. Look at all these poor people. Like, ah,
Yeah. All
you
right.
damn commie.
So, I think we covered this pretty well.
Hmm. Hmm.
If you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like or comment dislike on the video and share it around. Go check out some more of our reviews. Chicago's the one to watch, apparently. Go check out Chaplin. I would like that to get some more views. It's dead in the
Yeah,
water. uh,
come on, guys. It starts with the CH.
yeah.
It's
uh,
old timey. The time setting is the same.
um, Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications. Check out some of our Let's Plays. I forgot to say that. We're
Hmm.
currently
Hmm. Hmm.
doing Pokemon Shield. Gonna have
Hmm.
some Versus episodes come out here soon after that. And then we're gonna have Stray come out. Super excited for
Oh,
that. And that's what we're gonna tackle. Probably gonna have to put the Versus on hold for like a tiny second, so we can just record a tiny bit of Stray.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I'm really excited for that.
Hmm.
And yeah,
And gotta give a little sign off. Uh, if if you could deport any celebrity, that doesn't have to be actor or anything, just like any known person, put it down in the comments.
can I do a whole family?
Oh, sure.
Kardashians.
You want to
Get them the
deport
fuck
them?
out. I want to get them the fuck out of here. Uh, and all their husbands too. Let's just get them out of here.
I know it's cliche, but I deport Trump just for the meme.
Yes. That's great.
Ooh, but if I could have multiple people, then I'd deport all former presidents that are still alive.
Nice. I agree with that. If I could deport multiple people.
They could go and hang in Haiti.
All right. And this
Obama
will
would be fine.
this
This will be a bye-bye.
will be a bye bye.